Welcome to Carlton's Math Corner. Today we are going to be learning about algebraic expressions. And to start, something to smile about again. And as you are reading this, make sure that you have your math journal out as well as your vocabulary packet. And then we will begin. Today we are going to be evaluating algebraic expressions when given a value for the variable. And there's a lot of words in this target that we need to go over. First of all, we need to review, evaluate. Remember, that just means to find the value or find the answer to an expression. Then we need to talk about what's an algebraic expression. And lastly, what is a variable? Okay, and I'm going to actually add also value. Remember, value means answer. Okay, so let's start off with variable. Well, in algebra, and this is just a term, a mathematical term, that means that we are looking for something that's missing. Okay, we're trying to use clues that we've been given to find a missing number. Okay, and so that's what algebra is all about. And so it's kind of like you're within a mystery and you are given clues, and you are the person who is searching out for the answer, and so, or for that whatever's missing. Okay, and so let's talk about variable is actually the thing that's missing. It is what we use in math to represent what's missing or what's secret. And so in algebra we use letters to show what is secret. So instead of having, like a shape to represent something that's missing, we use letters and we call them variables. So if I said something plus 2 is 11, well, we've been given some clues. We know that it's going to equal 11. So this sum is going to equal 11. And so we need to know what number plus 2 is going to be 11. Well, instead of using the symbol of a heart, I can use a letter to represent that number. And then I can even go one step further and I can figure out what that number is just by looking at the clues. And so I know that this number, if I add 2 to it, it's going to get me to 11. And the only number I can think of is 9. And so that would be my secret number. So variables represent a secret number or a missing number that you're trying to find. And we're using clues to find that. Well, so far we've been using numerical expressions. Basically, we've been just adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing numbers together. So when we worked with powers, we were multiplying, 2 to the third power. It was 2 times 2 times 2. That was a numerical expression. It only had numbers and it had an operation in it. Okay, and so now we're going to work with algebraic expressions. The only difference with this is that there's going to be a variable in it. So we're going to have, instead of numbers, all numbers, we are going to have something that is missing in it, some secret number. And we're going to use letters to represent that, and they're called variables. Okay? So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to evaluate. Remember, that's find the answer, find the value of algebraic expressions. And the cool thing about this is that we don't even have to find the secret number. It's going to be given to us. So for instance, if you look at this first problem, it says n plus 3. Well, that's our algebraic expression. And after it, there's the word if. And what follows it is what's really important because they actually give it to us. It is given to us what the secret number is. It says n equals 4. That means that I can take and I can plug in this 4 in for n. Okay, so notice what happens. Okay, so make some observations. Look what happens. Okay, so look what they took 4. They plugged it in. So we have 4 plus 3, and the answer is 7. And so they found the value of this algebraic expression just by plugging in 4. Okay, look at the next one. Notice, what did they do? I'll give you a moment. Exactly. What has been done is the 8 has been put in for the C because it says C equals 8. So they plugged in the 8. So now it is 15 minus 8 instead of C, and 15 minus 8 is 7. Let's look at some more. Look at number 3. It says evaluate C plus D. Okay, after observing the last two problems, what do you think you're going to do with this problem? It is a little different. Notice there are two variables, and so we need to figure out what do we need to do to evaluate this and find the answer of this expression. You are absolutely right. We're going to take this 8, put it in for the C, because it says C equals 8. And then this one says D equals 5, so we're going to take this and we're going to plug it in for D. And so we have a new problem. We have 5 plus 8, or I'm sorry, 8 plus 5, and the answer is 13. Okay, let's try another one, but this one has a little bit more to it. It has more numbers and it has more operations going on. Notice that I have our order of operations pyramid here because it's going to take more operation, like we're going to have to use the order in which they come in order to find the answer to this. And so let's start off with W. It says W is equal to 5. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 5 in for 8. Or I'm sorry, put 5 in for W. And I want you to notice what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 8, but I'm going to put parentheses around the 5. Why do you think that I am doing that? Why do you think I'm putting parentheses around it? Yeah, for those of you that are thinking, well, because this is, notice this 8 is next to the W, okay? And so what that means for me is that I am going to multiply whatever number is plugged in for W. I'm going to multiply it to 8. Well, the only way, or one of the ways I should say, to represent multiplication is by putting parentheses around it. I can put parentheses next to the 8 and that shows me that I'm going to multiply. Okay, how about V? If I put in 5 or 3 for V, I'm going to put parentheses around 3 again. But the difference is is that this 3 also has a little exponent. Did you notice there's a little exponent on the v? Okay. Now if I put parentheses around this, what do you think is going to happen with, and I'm going to keep subtraction symbol, but what do you think is going to happen to this 3? Okay, notice the 3 now has a little 2 on it. For those of you that said that it's going to be 3 to the second power now, you are absolutely right. Okay, absolutely right. Because it's saying that v is to the second power. So whatever I plug in for v, now that's going to be the second power. So it'd be 3 to the second power. Okay, so I'm gonna do order of operations. Well, there's no grouping symbols. I mean, there are grouping symbols. I'll take that back because we put in parentheses. However, do you notice there's nothing inside the parentheses to add or subtract or to multiply or anything? There's only the number 5 and there's only the number 3. So technically it's already done. Like there's nothing to do inside the grouping symbols, so I can check it off. Exponents, well, we know there's a power because we just decided that this is 3 to the second power. So we're going to do 3 to the second power. And what is 3 to the second power? 9, exactly. And so 3 to the second power is 9. And notice we kept the 2 on the outside. That still stays the same. And so that one's checked off. Multiplying and dividing. Well, there are multiplication here. There's 8 times 5, which is 40. And now there is 2 times 9. And so 40 minus 2 times 9 is 18. So our last step is to subtract them because there is a subtraction symbol here, and the answer is 22. How about our last problem? What does this mean when there is a n next to a 3? What do you do with that? If I know that the secret number for n is 6, what do I do with the 6 and the 3? Yeah, those of you that said we multiply them, you are absolutely right. We're going to do 3 times 6. So we're going to put parentheses around the 6 and we're going to multiply them together. And what does this line under here mean? Does that mean add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Right again. It means division. Okay, a straight line like that means division. So I'm going to do 3 times 6, which is 18, divided by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. Okay, so what I would like for you to do is I want you to try these ticket problems for tomorrow. And so you're going to evaluate the following expressions. Thank you very much for joining me at Carlton's Math Corner. I look forward to learning new targets with you.